Oh, there we are. Thank you. I wasn't sure. I went in and out a couple of times. Are you able to hear me? Thank you so much for being here. Sorry about that snafu. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Sarah. Hi, Teresa. Oh, Ken will be home any second, she says. Okay, so I'll be in and out. Gotcha. Okay. Can you hear me? We can hear you. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm having a bit of a hectic. Oh, good. Thank you, Judith. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Judith. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Callie. So nice to see you. My husband decided it would be a good idea to put the Christmas lights up because it's sunny, and I agree with him. That's a great idea. But I told him I have to go in the house and do a show, so please don't fall off the roof. So I've asked for extra angels to oversee him because I like for one of us to be outside, kind of keeping an eye on the other one when we're up on the roof. Hi, Kim Princess. So, but he has his phone on him, and he can call me if he gets himself in a fix. So all will be well. And what I was wanting to talk with you about today is I found this fantastic way to describe elementals, and this was written by Gabriel Soka, and I found it on Gaia.com. And you'll find beneath this video, you'll find this resource that I'm sharing with you. And here's how he describes spiritual beings, the elementals. And I just couldn't put it in better words myself. It says nature elementals are spiritual beings that embody the energy of 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. Elementals are subtle manifestations of natural energy that dwells in forests, rivers, mountains, and other spaces. Their role is to maintain harmony in their environment, protecting the vital flow of the elements and ensuring balance. Although they are not visible to most people, their presence can be perceived through intuition and a deep connection with nature. Throughout history, they have been represented in different myths and stories, described as spirits, guardians, or forces that protect the essence of each element. Beyond these interpretations, their influence continues in various spiritual practices, where they are recognized as allies in connecting with the energy of the planet and awakening consciousness. And I just thought that was, I offer a profound thank you to Pan, God of the Wood, because I dreamed him last night. I dreamed a home with many, many rooms and many beautiful items and many, many variations of Pan in his many, many forms, in wood and ceramic and in stone. It was absolutely beautiful. So I felt it was time to share this. And I wanted to share, because we talk about crystals, and that sounds really fun and awesome, and they're beautiful, and I love them too. But it helps to know, like, if you feel an affinity for a certain element and you feel at home in it, in whether that's, some people like my husband is really akin with water, with the water element. I am air element, and I also feel at one when I'm in the forest. So I thought I would jot down a few crystals that are really helpful for you to, sometimes you can just look up an image of them on Etsy and meditate with those and reach out with your other senses, your clairs. It's like a clair exercise of becoming grounded and centered and experimenting. Oh, Callie and Fogo both say water for sure. Okay, well, let me start by reading about water. purification and healing. Water elementals, like the undines, they prefer aquamarine and moonstone, chrysocolla, selenite, larimar, labradorite. And you can put these in a spiral grid, in a spiral formation, to focus their energies and help you. Oh, Judith feels air and water. Okay, there we are. And let's see, air. So water was purification and healing. Those are the healing properties, the medicines, if you will, of the water energies and the water elementals. So they work to protect water and to balance that energy. So when you use these crystals and hold that within yourself, since we are made of so much water, you can ask them to assist you to balance yourself, to balance your chakras, to balance your energy, to ground you and to open you to more awareness. And air represents knowledge and spiritual vision. And the air elementals, they really love amethyst and clear quartz, fluorite, lapis lazuli, and sodalite, blue lace agate, and aquamarine, which is interesting because I like that air and water both like aquamarine because they're the same, they have a lot of the same components in them. My three favorites are blue celestite, lepidolite, and blue kyanite, because these reach the angelic realms and they encourage peaceful communication. And I have had to work on reaching the angelic realms to expand my energy, to lift my energy up enough to be aware of them. And I've had to work, or wanted to work, on peaceful communication for years. And I've really felt the benefits of peaceful communication in my personal relationships. Very much so. It has made an enormous amount of difference. Oh, Kim is a Pisces water girl here. Oh, I love that. And Kaylee says, interesting, I have most of these air crystals. Maybe I'm air and water. Dragonflies have special meaning for me, and they are both air and water. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, and Judith has most of these stones. That is fantastic. Sometimes we find them, and sometimes they find us. Sometimes we're drawn to them because they're so beautiful. Oh, and dragonflies have special meaning for Kim as well. Well, the crystals for Earth. See, last week, let's see, today is Wednesday. So I believe it was the beginning of this week. Oh, Sarah's an Earth girl, excuse me, though I'm Taurus. Okay, and Sarah's an Earth girl, me too. I am air and earth. I dreamed hematite, so that's why I started wearing my hematite necklace, which I hadn't worn in years. The first thing I did when I dreamed it was I looked up what elements do earth elements, do they prefer this? Because I was concerned that it might interfere with my connection with earth elementals, which I talk to them every day. So it really shouldn't surprise me. The earth elementals, they work with stability and connections with our ancestors. And they prefer hematite, black tourmaline, smoky quartz, moss agate, and citrine. They're good for making a crystal grid for meditation. And remembering that these elementals work at protecting and balancing these energies in the natural world and within us. So when we meditate with them and hold them perhaps, or place them on stone or a wooden bowl that you might have, and maybe put a little corn in there for the corn mother to help us ground these energies, to help them recognize them within ourselves. Because when we recognize our own resonations then we have a better chance of being sensitive to these resonations when we're out in the natural world, or when we're in situations where these energies are needed to ground energies and for protection. They also, in that earth one, this one I'm going to, this is all for entertainment and spiritual purposes only, but one they also mentioned was tiger's eye. Now, I personally can't wear tiger's eye. It just doesn't agree with me. So I do have blue tiger's eye, and that's called hawk's eye. And I have a small stone that I wear as a necklace sometimes. So you can experiment with it a little bit. Like if tiger's eye doesn't work for you as well, try hawk's eye, because that combines blue with air and with earth. Let me catch up with what you're saying. I want to hear what you're saying. Judith says, this weekend in Hillsboro, they're having a big gem fair just down the street from me. Oh, that's fantastic. Sarah says, the two crystals I just got from the pawn shop were literally calling my name. I know that feeling. I believe that. Oh, that does sound amazing. Kelly says, are you going to go? Oh, Judith says, I don't think I'm going to make it, but I can feel the energy from where I live. I really have enough crystals, I think. Well, good, because you can call out to their energy and say hello. Fogo Pogo, Callie says she loves tiger's eye. It's one of my favorites. I really admire the wonderful, it's almost like a mantle, a necklace mantelpiece that Gerald at Tarot Stash wears, and it suits him to a T. So if it suits you, by all means. And Kim says as well, tiger eye is good for protection. See, we all have different ones that we prefer. And I like tourmaline and obsidian for protection. I really like snowflake obsidian. I don't currently have any. I gifted it to someone who needed it more. Callie says hematite is amazing. I love the heaviness, and then it gets hot when you wear it. I do like the weight of it. I really do like the weight of it. And I've noticed when I was meditating, I was doing a Reiki meditation, and the energy was wonderful. I think it was grounding that energy into my body. It was really helping me. And Judith, Fogo Pogo, tiger's eye is my husband's favorite. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. And Kim, Kim, she has obsidian. She has one on her altar. What kind of obsidian? Do you have black, or there's black, rainbow, silver sheen, golden sheen, snowflake? I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but I love obsidian. It's so protective. Hello, Carolyn. And one of the most beautiful things I saw, I did a watercolor painting on it some months back. You'll love this, Kim. My husband and I were traveling through Yellowstone, or was it Minnesota? And I'll have to ask him, we came around a bend, and I kid you not, there was obsidian in the cliffs, and the sunlight was hitting it, and it was incredible. It was so incredible. I love it. Callie says, Annie, speaking of Reiki, I'll be setting up class in the new year. Yes, because I asked her months ago, put me on that list. I want to learn from you, Kaylee. Oh, yes, Callie. I love tourmaline too. I have some right here. I like placing black tourmaline in pink salt with selenite. And this always looks like window quartz to me. I'm not sure if you would call it that, but that's what it looks like to me. It's really, really beautiful. And then could you see that? And then I have a Merkaba piece. And I really like the feeling of these together. They just feel right. And shungite. Yes, I love shungite, Judith. I have some too. I have some on my altar. Breaking news. No, we like your breaking news, Kelly. We love it. Hi, Barbara. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I'm so glad you have. Let's see, excuse me. Sarah, I work with tiger's eye from time to time. I love those. I have a hematite bracelet that I wear all the time with a lava rock and sodalite bracelet and turquoise. Oh, I love that. I have a beautiful piece of sodalite that was gifted to me by Kelly. Oh, and Kelly loves shungite too. I really love kyanite as well because blue kyanite keeps crystals cleansed and charged. And so I have blue kyanite on my altar, and I have blue kyanite where my dreaming crystals. Just to keep, I really like to keep the energy moving. And I noticed that there were some lovely chimes that Kelly brought from a trip that she went to in Greece, I believe, or India. And I play those throughout the house just to cleanse the energy and keep it moving, and burn bay leaves and give gratitude. Gratitude, saying thank yous out loud over my crystals and thanking them for helping me is just incredibly, it charges them. That love is a powerful thing. I have some green serpentine that it likes to be with me when I'm talking about these things, as well as lepidolite. I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly. And I got a beautiful piece of garden quartz that I really, really love. There's little worlds that you can see in here. And it's really, really lovely. And those three particular pieces have let it be known that they like to be together. This was once a tree. This is tree agate. And this is the blue sodalite that Kelly gifted me. I really like to have this, particularly when I'm doing a show, because it helps me find my voice and share that. And turquoise. And I always like to keep this egg rattle, which I got on Amazon. It wasn't expensive, it's not fancy, but I love the sound it makes, and it's really good. Oh, my crown is busy today. It really helps to clear energy. Oh, thank you, Janet. You're so kind. Thank you very much. Showing support. Please know I'm grateful for the hellos. Oh, thank you, Callie Healer. I'm thinking you were seeing this garden quartz. I just love garden quartz. There are so many stories in them. And so I wanted to share this information because I'm feeling that we will all become more familiar as the earth goes through her changes. Oh, thank you, Judith. As the earth goes through her changes, and we're going through so many changes. And this is my opinion, but I think as we accept these changes, accept whatever emotions we may have and allow them to pass through us and not judge them and just allow them to pass through, then I think we can mitigate some of the changes that Earth needs to go through as we ground the energy and as we call upon protection, because that's what we do first, no matter what we're doing. We always call in protection of Archangel Michael, Uncle Metatron with Mother Mary. We ask protection from Mother Gaia, guides and angels and ancestors. And we do that no matter what we're doing. And it helps us get in the flow of whatever situation or crystal or thing that we're trying to remember or learn about. Sarah says she would love to have a rattle and a drum one day. Then let's manifest that for Sarah. That Sarah can have those things. I think I got these on Amazon some time ago, and I sent one to a dear friend. I have one and she has one, and I think there was like $12 or something. It didn't cost very much. And you can also make a rattle. I bought some. I have one that I made out of a gourd. And then I put little things in it, little crystals and little corn kernels in it. And I made my own. It's a little bit louder. Oh, Judith says that Oregon has a really nice agate beach. Oh, that would be so fun to visit. That would be so fun. Hi, J Cat Lady. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Judith says, Kim, I bought one of those hang drums. It's pretty cool. And my cat learned how to play it. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oops, I'm trying to show this comment. There we go. Judith, there's a Jade Beach near me in Big Sur, California. Oh, Barbara, really? How amazing is that? Oh, Jules, thank you for swooshing in and sending loads of love. I appreciate that. Oh, Kim has a small African drum. Oh, my goodness. Oh, how fortunate you are. There's one particular drum. I am in love with the sound of it. It's from a different part of the world. I think it's a small Persian drum, and you could play it with your fingers. And oh, I would really so love to have one of those drums. I've forgotten the name of it. It's kind of an interesting name. Oh, yes, it was Kelly. Kelly has the other egg one. That's right. That's right. Firebird, that sounds really cool. It does. That does sound really cool. I would love to go to a Jade Beach myself. That would be so fun. Sarah says I'll have to look up how to make a gourd rattle. Yeah, it's my husband sawed it and then glued it back for me after I put my items in. And yeah. And you know, sometimes I also have little hi Diane. I have little rattles that I got for my grandbabies when they were tiny, and I kept them because they make a nice sound too. They still make a nice sound. And it's nice when you're doing like recently Kelly and I did a ceremony together, and she has the most beautiful rattles, and it just it added a whole other dimension to a ceremony we were doing. So it's nice to have more than one kind if you can make one or find them. And I would suggest looking at secondhand stores or looking at baby supplies when they have the little rattles that they make out of, and they're out of gourds too. They're really incredible. You can find all kinds of cool things and things you can make. And sometimes in nature, there are seed pods on the ground that if you dry them, they are rattles. You know, those they look like long beans. And who was it recently? Was it Kelly Bach? I believe it was Kelly Bach that recently did something with them. So be sure and check Kelly Bach out. She is fantastic. Oh, saying hi to Kelly. I'm so glad you're here, Diane. Teresa says, Annie, what you've been saying is resonating in my clavicles. Oh, it feels like effervescence in my throat. I was quiet because I was trying to tune into what it means, not sure yet. We are finding our voice, aren't we, sister? We are finding our voice. Oh, Judith has a rain stick. Oh, I love that. Oh, I absolutely love the sound of a rain stick. And one of the first gifts I got my husband before we married, when we were just seeing each other, I got him a didgeridoo, and he loves it because he had always been drawn to that part of the world, and he'd always wanted to see Ayers Rock. And he loves his didgeridoo, but all our dogs have been frightened of it because it just scares them. That was the most beautiful ceremony, wasn't it, Kelly? We did that together, and we may do that again. It was very beautiful. Let's see. Diane saying, Kim, I'm good, thank you. Watching this stream while preparing breakfast. Oh, it's breakfast in the Philippines. And I hope the weather has settled down for you, Diane. Oh, Callie, she is so creative. Callie made her own rain stick using nails and a paper tube from a big roll of saran wrap, then filled it with dried beans and lentils. I love that. Everyone make note, and please subscribe to Callie. And you go in no spaces, Woo Woo Wonderment. That's how you subscribe to Callie, and she has so much fun. The first time I visited her channel, we played a board game, a mystery board game, and it was a blast. So you just never know. Sometimes she'll be talking about a card deck while she's coloring it, and it is just a blast to go to Callie's. You never know what she's going to be doing. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. I know, that is so cool that you did that. I wish I'd thought of that to do with the grandkids. So I may yet. Yes, I'm going to be a guest on Callie's channel on Monday. And I believe that will be, oh, thank you, Kelly. I think that will be at 5 p.m. Oh, Carolyn is saying, whoops, excuse me. I have a white quartz crown chakra singing bowl, but I can't play it because the sound drives our vortex crazy. Oh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Oh, thank you, Diane G. I appreciate that. Woo Woo Wonderment is woo woo wonderful. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Now, what I meant to do while I was gathering myself to be on my show on time was to get my cards. So, um, does anyone here have an experience? Like, while you're thinking about it, I would like to hear if you have experience with crystals that you would like to share. And while you're thinking about that, I will share a story of my own. Many years ago, decades ago, I had agreed to be an apprentice to a medicine man. Now it turned out that he wasn't such a good man. And so that arrangement I broke that. And to clear the energy that had occurred, I took a clear quartz crystal and I held it. And I traveled with it. And I traveled for a couple of hours. And I drove over the mountains. And I went to the place where that energy had been sent. And I stayed there all night. And that crystal got so hot in my hand, and I just kept a hold of it. And I gathered up all the energy that had been sent, and I took it away from there. And on my way home, I was driving on the pass of the mountains, and a mountain lion was right in the middle of the road, looked me right in the eye. And I knew that I had done what I intended to do with that crystal. So after doing something with the crystal, you want to bring it to salt, to water. Now some crystals like selenite, you can't. But a clear quartz crystal, you can then cleanse it. My preferred way to cleanse, if a crystal has been used in a ceremony or a healing, I will put it in the ground. And I will leave it in the ground for as long as it feels that it needs to be cleansed with mother. You can also cleanse it, as I'm sure you already know, with water, with smoke from sage or cedar. You can do it in the moonlight. If you're wanting to charge your crystals, you can leave them in your windowsill and let them charge in a full moon. But we're talking about cleansing them. Now, if you are a young woman and you are still having menstrual cycle, you can also cleanse it with that. But that's women's knowledge. Let's see. Kelly says, I have a rose quartz skull. My mentor had bought it at a crystal store in the U.S. She was showing me all her new buys and said, what do you think about this one? And she placed him in my hand. And I got an electric shock. I didn't take him home that day, but came back a week later and bought him. Kim says, selenite by your bed will give you answers in your dreams. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Teresa says, I have 2 small bismuth crystals. Bismuth, I don't know about those. And I have used them to meditate before doing dream meetups with Lilac Lantern. She's not on YouTube anymore, but it really allowed me to see the group. That is powerful. I have to write that down. I've never heard of bismuth. And I remember Lilac Lantern. And I loved her crowns. Remember, people would gift her crowns, tiaras, and she would wear them. And she did quite a lot of shows. She was one of the ones that I would go through and visit, and then she just disappeared. I don't know anything about, I don't know nothing what happened. I just know she was there and then she was gone. That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that. Now I have to look up bismuth crystals. Oh, thank you so much. Kelly is sharing all these wonderful, wonderful channels that we are subscribers to. Julie at Learning to Listen, Diane G at Kumu Observer, Teresa Ford. Oops, I'm trying to share it. Miss Andrea. Teresa Ford at Miscellany. There we go. There we go. I miss Andrea. I hope she is well wherever she is, because she just kind of disappeared. Do I have a favorite crystal? That is a really tough one to answer. I think if I had to go somewhere and I was told I could only bring one crystal, I would bring rose quartz. I love rose quartz. I sleep with rose quartz next to my heart. Judith says, my husband was telling his workmates about his medicine bag of crystals, and they were laughing at him until he took the bag out and laid them out and the lights started flickering. That's pretty fantastic, Judith. That's pretty fantastic. That's a lot of energy in those. I made my son a medicine bag to wear when he was young, and he wore it when he was a little boy. And we came across it last year, and we had fond memories of. Oh, and Kelly's gonna be right back. Okay. Oh, really, J-Cat lady? Andrea was one of the first ones you started watching too. I wonder what happened to her. Me too. I don't know what the deal was. If she just, I remember she used to talk about, didn't she have a brother? And it sounded like she was pretty close with her family. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, Teresa. For Teresa, there are like steps into portals. Wow. That's the bismuth that you're talking about. I have got to look into that. Yeah, I know, J. Kelly. I don't know. Yeah, Sarah misses her too. I wonder if we can still get her intuition decks. That's a good question. I don't know if she had them on Etsy or if they were on her own site. I have no idea. Yeah, I love that too, Judith. That's pretty impressive. Yes, thank you so much, Kelly, for posting everyone's channels. I appreciate that. Yes, Diane, rose quartz with a soft, gentle energy. And yes, consistent and strong. Oh, Karen. Hi, Karen. I'm glad you're here. Karen says, stones have taught me things. My son is the same. I once found a quartz crystal in the side of a walkway in Glastonbury. I brought it back. Denmark we had in our water, and then one day it disappeared. Oh, that's incredible. I wonder, since it was in Glastonbury, I wonder if an Undine came and got it and brought it back to its natural place. It might have been borrowed because the water elementals can do that. There's one thing that I do if you come upon a place in nature that you feel good. Always ask, always with protection, do all things with protection, do all things with your guides and angels protecting you, and grounded with Mother. But if you come across a place that gives you goosebumps and tingles in nature, if it feels extra special, I always stop and ask if it is all right for me to proceed. And if I feel it in my throat, because years ago I asked Spirit to put a pendulum in my throat. And I said, the pendulums that, when I use a pendulum, may I also feel it in my throat so that I can get answers no matter where I am. If I don't have a pendulum with me, I want to be able to use my body as a pendulum here. And if I feel it's a holy place, I will step into that space backwards. so that when I come back out, I bring all of me with me, so that I am always whole. Um, Jules shares, we live on a granite hill with quartz clear, milky, and rose. Pretty sure that there is gold somewhere in there. I try to tap into it. That's fantastic on Resilience Ridge. How exciting. Oh my goodness. What a thrill to walk that property and look for gifts and presents. I would bring pennies and water and gifts of my own to bless and say hello to the elementals. They really love gifts. Every few months, I like to walk the perimeter of our property with salt for protection and cornmeal to honor and have gratitude. And I will gift certain crystals. I'll order them like a pound of chips, crystal chips. And there's any kind you can imagine, fluorite and amethyst and clear quartz. And you can get the little chips, and then I gift that to around the plants and around the perimeter, rose quartz. And then I do prayers by a tree, and I ask that this diamond light that holds our entire home and the property it sits upon, I ask that it bless anyone who steps on this property, that love only and beneficial only, benevolent energies only are welcome here. And I ask that it protect our children and grandchildren, our loved ones and our dear ones, our family and extended family. So I have that energy and I ask it to form a bubble. And within that bubble, prayers are said daily and said daily. And each time we do these rituals in our lives, they strengthen our bonds with the elementals. And as we strengthen those bonds with the elementals, it strengthens us within, because we are related to all of these elementals. We are related to all of these crystals, these minerals. They are within our bodies. Carolyn, always ask the stone or crystal feather in the wild. Always ask if you can take it with you. If no, you will feel it. That is so true. And if you don't have, you give hair. Give hair. If you take a plant cutting, take your spit and put it on the end where you cut it and say, thank you, thank you. Like if you come across sage and you want to pick sage, you never pick from the biggest plant. That is the mother plant. To her, you bring your pennies, your hair, you bring water, and you ask for permission. May I have some sage to bless my home, to bless my loved ones, to cleanse with, please. And you wait until you feel an answer of yes. And usually you'll feel goosebumps, you'll feel warmth, you'll feel like a hug. And you say, okay, and then you leave her those gifts, and then you just take a little bit from her children around her. So that is called good practices. Yeah, has helped me. That's why it's always there. Oh, Kim, you got fluorite chips too. Yes, they are, and they're really good for balancing, and air elementals really prefer them. So it's nice to leave gifts. Birds have always been messengers that I have asked them for messages, and I pay attention to their behavior. And they'll call out warnings. They'll laugh at you and with you. They're fantastic because the animals all understand these elementals. So once you start paying attention, it's like entering a garden. And wherever you begin to pay attention, you find another clue and another thing to give your attention to that's also related to you. And it's really, you begin to feel a part of the story you're in. And I really think that's why we're here. Yes, lots of gifts in that hill, Jules. J. Callady, do you think 3i Atlas is coming to talk with our elementals? You know, I asked about 3i Atlas and I got nothing. I went to my tree and I said, is it in my path to know? about Three Eye Atlas, because it passed its point of becoming its closest to us some time ago, and it's done. It's gone. And I know others are seeing things, but I didn't get anything. So what I heard that resonated with me was, that made sense to me, was that Three Eye Atlas had upon it devices put there by other star nations to, what would you call it, to check on something on Earth. And I thought, whales. And the whales and the Aboriginal peoples of Australia are the oldest beings on this planet. So that led me to thinking about what other things might they be measuring. Could it be measuring the awareness of the human beings on the earth? Because we always kind of think we're the center of the story, and we're really not. So was it checking with the elementals like you're suggesting? Was it checking with them to see, how are you doing? Do you need help? Do you require assistance? Are you being listened to? Are you being respected? So I am very curious about that as well. Diane G. True, there was a bluish white stone I found in the garden that wanted to come home with me. It sat patiently in my nightstand until a week later, when I needed to go to the lake. And it volunteered. Oops, where was this? It volunteered too. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Sarah. I love that. I love that, Diane. Sarah says, yes, I always ask when gathering firewood too. Some critter might live in it or on it. Yes. Oh, I love that you do that. I love that you do that, because it could be their whole world. There's so many insects and small crawling ones, little walking ones that require that sustenance and protection. And I'm trying to think of the word, and shelter. Shelter. Oh, birds are big messengers for you too. Oops, I keep hitting, my thumb is clumsy today. Me too. Diane G, wanted to come with you to the waters. Yes, apparently I needed to return it to the lake, so I gifted it to the lake. I love that you listen to that, because I like to do that too. I have one stone that has changed shape, actually, because I sleep with it every night. And I got it from the bay, not far from our home. And I wanted to make connection, because we have orca whales where we live. And I just like to be grounded and be respectful of the waters, because I'm a little bit afraid of water. I don't know how to swim very well. So I like to be respectful of things I don't understand. Oh, yes, Jules. We can't wait for you to do videos from Resilient Ridge. Yes. Yes. I feel the same. Oh, good, Karen. This is reminding you to bring more magic into your life. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's such a good thing. I love that. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad we're talking about these things. Hi, Sunnyland. It's so good to see you. Much love to you, too. I'm glad you're here. We're talking about elementals today. Kelly says, yes, hummingbird for me are big messengers. I love hummingbirds. We have Anna hummingbirds here all year. And like today when we were getting on the roof, they're very nosy and they like the lights. So they were checking us out to see what we were doing. There were other things I wanted to add about fire and earth and how the elementals interact. And fire and earth interact in that fire provides the energy. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I don't think I read to you about fire. I'm so sorry. Let me read about fire. I read about earth and air and water. Goodness sakes, excuse me. I'm sorry. Fire elementals are about transformation and energetic release. And I would like you to hold this. Just hold this in your thoughts for a moment as it pertains to inner changes within yourself and shifts that you are going through right now at this time. And same with Earth, the shifts that she is going through, that she is requiring. So fire elementals, they like carnelian and garnet and ruby and sunstone and fire agate. And then I was wondering about the interplay between these elementals as it pertains to our spiritual growth, our spiritual awareness, and how we ground that energy and how that is reflected in the earth around us, because our light codes engage with Earth's light codes and we go back and forth. And there's a balance that is needed as we grow. And so I wanted to see how they interact. So this is what I found. Air and water interact. Thought meets feeling, producing growth oriented, sometimes challenging relationships. Water can help air develop emotional depth, creating balance between the mind and heart. And fire and earth interact in that fire provides the energy and a transformative passion to break down the stability of earth while it generates new earth through volcanic activity and ash. They push against each other to create change. And I think we've all felt that within ourselves, especially early on our paths. And we feel it again as we go, but it isn't often as traumatic. And these four elements interact in a dynamic and cyclical system where each influences and is influenced by the others. Air is linked to intellect and spirit, fire to passion and transformation, water to emotion and intuition, and earth to physicality and grounding. And Great Spirit enlivens all the elementals, all of us. So each day, acknowledging that we have a spark of Creator within us, and that everything we are seeking, whether it's knowledge or change or crystals or habits or ideas, they also have that spark of Creator within them. So we can always orient ourselves while staying grounded to align with the Creator aspect in all of the elements that we seek to play with, or the crystals that we want to befriend. And we can connect our inner Great Spirit within this. And then it will automatically help us unlock what we next need to learn or wonder about. And the fifth element is spirit. And that's the most exciting one, you know? Judith says, I have great respect for water in all its forms. Me too. Me too. It's incredible. Carolyn says, dragonflies are my messengers. They circle around me as I'm grounding. Sad that it is cooling off now and they will be gone for a while. Oh, let's blow them kisses to the dragonflies, to the beautiful dragonflies. Karen says, in the past I took stones and put them in different locations and followed the flow. But seriously, guys, I was probably just making things up. It was like playing imagination magic. Perhaps. Intuition could feel like that too. Judith says fire needs air to grow. That's so true. The round green stone. This is serpentine. It might also be called serpentine, but I think it's called serpentine. Yeah. And it has a very, when I first held it, it held like a laughter. It held soft laughter within it, like a very, very old spirit who's seen many seasons and many things. And it's very comforting and very earthy. And oh, Kim shares, dragonflies are my dad, I've been told. Oh, I love that. I love that. You know, and my dear friend Ron, when he passed on, when he walked on, a dragonfly came to the living room window and there were 7 inches of snow. It was 7 degrees and there was snow on the ground. That's what it was. Uh, oh, okay. Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much for being here. Say hi to Tate. And Kelly has a show at 2:00, and I am going to be there. I can't wait. Carolyn says, Kim Princess, when dragonflies are here, angels are near. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that so much. Everyone's wishing Kelly a wonderful day. I just love Kelly. I think she's an angel in training. I really do. She has such a depth of wisdom and benevolent kindness and genuine compassion, a deep well of compassion that I respect and appreciate. And she's very down to earth and very grounded, and I really don't think she has any idea how beautiful she is inside and out. Yeah, we're very lucky to have her in our community. So I wanted to share that with you today. So that was pretty much all that I had to share. Yes, Teresa agrees. Oh, Carolyn, Kim says they tend to come near you when you're in a pool. Oh, I love that. I love that. So when we reach out to the elementals, remember that they are emissaries and they're soft. And in my personal tradition of greeting them is I greet them from the side. Like if I want to make friends with a tree, I will come upon it and lean on it and close my eyes and respectfully say, hello, hello, you're beautiful. And in Western ways, we often approach things eyes first and no, But one thing about the elementals is bring gifts, bring little gifts. Just little things. It can be beans. It can be corn kernels. Just anything that you have imbued with admiration, love, and respect and appreciation. If there is gratitude in you and you imbue what you're bringing to nature with that, nature loves and respects that. So it's best to come in a soft way and say, just quietly, I say hello to all the elementals in my garden. I thank all the nature spirits who help my plants grow, for they're not my plants. I'm so fortunate that they are here and gracing me with their presence and their medicines. I wish well all the elementals in my garden. If you were to speak to them like that, if you were to speak to plants and trees and say, oh, look how beautiful you are today. Oh my goodness, were you shivering last night? The temperature's sure changing, because this time of year the trees are getting sleepy. So you can say, sweet dreams, sweet dreams. Thank you for putting on your beautiful fall dresses. You look resplendent. You look so beautiful, and you still are beautiful with your bare branches. How elegant you are. Thank you for being in my life. Sweet dreams. You can speak to nature kindly and softly. And that would be my advice. If you want to get to know the elementals, that's where to start. Barbara says, I have a stone that has the lyrics, you've got to get up every morning with a smile on your face. and show the world all the love in your heart. Beautiful by Carole King on it. Oh, how precious. I love that. I love that. Sarah says, that's what I thought. Kim, yep, that's a big sign. No kidding. That is, yeah, Carole King. Yeah, dragonflies are born in water. We also have damselflies here. And there's a Narbex water sanctuary not far, about 3 miles. And they have blue. There's damselflies, which are orange, because dragonflies can move their wings. Damselflies, their wings don't fold up, and they're orange. Their bodies are bright, brilliant, vibrant orange. And then there are others who are the same family that live near the water sanctuary place the in amongst the cattails, and they're tiny. They're only about this big, and they're blue. Their wings and their little bodies are incredible. And there's this earth has so much beauty in all her kingdoms, and each of those kingdoms have elementals. So I hope that you will have sweet dreams about them. And I really appreciate you coming by today so we could just have a chat about this, because it's really near and dear to my heart. I love Earth, and I love sharing what I like to do or my understandings with others that feel the same way. It's nice to just share that in just a relaxed way. So thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you'll all join me. I'm going to go watch Kelly at 2 o'clock. She's having a show. But meanwhile, I'm going to go check on my husband. I heard him out there with the leaf blower, so I think he's done putting the lights. And I just want to make sure that all is well and maybe help him put some lights up on the back side of the house. So thank you so much and have a lovely afternoon. Yes, it is, Carolyn. Well said. If we pay attention, the world is such a beautiful, wondrous place. Perfect. All right, friends. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye, Diane.